Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I am so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it.
Ooh-wee! How are you guys doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys for taking time out of your day or your evening to view my content. Make sure that if you are following me, that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. And hitting this like button right here is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. All right. Also, double check and make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel, hitting that notification bell. That way you will be notified when I post a video. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go right on into this. This is just pretty much to bring out and show you guys of all the nonsense that they're bringing against President Trump in regards to trying to call him a dictator, Adolf Hitler, all these different things. We just got called garbage. Yeah. So they calling Trump Adolf Hitler, fascist, calling him a threat to democracy, a threat to this system, all these things they call him, right? Flip it on top of that. We, the American people, we get called Nazis, which I don't understand how that would even fall on anybody black anyway. But black folks ain't gonna say nothing about that. Some of the ones actually on the other side, y'all know who I'm talking to. We've been called Nazis, and President Biden just got done calling us garbage. And it's amazing to me how the media, can y'all not see this and understand how the line has been drawn? You get to see in real time that the media will sit there and take what Trump says out of context. You literally get to see the video of Trump saying something, and you get to understand the context of what he's talking about. You understand the metaphor, the parable that President Trump is saying, right? But then you get a direct line, a direct message, like a direct message straight from Biden saying that Trump supporters are the ones that are garbage. Oh, that's not what he said. No, what he meant to say. See, Ty, what you don't know, no. They played this game too long, and American people have waken up to it. Now, I want to show you guys this clip to show proof of exactly what I'm talking about. Before I do, I want to give a huge shout out to the Right-Winged Angel. Go check him out on Instagram. Go check him out on YouTube. Again, it's the Right-Winged Angel. You will see his handle on one of these videos, okay? But I want you guys to check this out. Here it is.
4 days out from Election Day, and former President Donald Trump is escalating his violent rhetoric, suggesting one of his most prominent critics, the former Congresswoman Liz Cheney, should be fired upon.
It's unconscionable.
What is this message?
It's unconscionable. I don't know how Republican leaders, many of whom served with Liz Cheney and at one point considered her a colleague and friends, cannot denounce this. It is dangerous. It's escalatory. He's also already called for tribunals against her when he's back as president. It is so unpresidential, reckless, and dangerous, and it needs to be universally condemned.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. But she's a stupid person.
So you saw that and heard that, right? Right? You heard all that. Look how they're pushing it out there like this is what Trump said. Look what he did. It's clear that President Trump said, let's see how you fit. Let's see how you stand up. If you got rifles pointed at you, let's see what it's like to have rifles pointed at you and you got a gun. Since you were all about war like your father was, you about sending our American brothers and sisters over there to die over useless, baseless wars. All bullcrap that we know found out there was no weapons of mass destruction, right? No weapons of mass destruction there at all. And yet, You want to send our sons and daughters to these baseless wars, to these proxy wars, to get involved in this because all it is a big old money thing for a lot of you politicians. And I know, and I'm going to do another video, I know why y'all are in Ukraine, why y'all want to be over there, why y'all are really focused on giving Zelensky all this money. I know. Critical minerals, huh? That's for another video, though. Y'all didn't think I knew that, did y'all? Yeah, for another video. Anyway, we all see what Trump meant and what Trump said in regards to those guns being pointed at her. In other words, how would you like it? And a lot of these people that are in Congress and in these political roles, they're not sending their sons and daughters over there, but they definitely would actually encourage you to send yours. So anyway, with that being said, watch how this woman completely destroys the narrative, and it is beautiful.
You want to talk about violence against political opponents? Let's talk about the fact that Democrats have been labeling President Trump a threat to democracy for the better half of 10 years. Let's talk about how they have compared him to Hitler, one of the worst mass murderers in the history of the world, and that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden weaponized the court system and the justice system in this country against Donald Trump in an attempt to imprison him. He sat through a courthouse for 7 weeks this past year, and the Democrats were hoping he would go to jail for it. That is real political violence that has led to 2 heinous assassination attempts on President Trump's life that, by the grace of God, he was able to escape, and he is here with us today. So yes, President Trump knows a little bit about political violence because he's experienced it himself. And talking about the tragic realities of war that Liz Cheney and her father, Dick Cheney, have got this country into is not political violence. It's talking about the reality of the foreign conflicts that the Washington, D.C. establishment have sold out young Americans to for decades.
Yet, of course, after those attempted assassination attempts on the former president's life, his opponents reached out to him and said they do not accept political violence. That has been a key difference. I do want to play you.
No, please. His opponents are saying to this very day the same rhetoric that led to those 2 assassination attempts. The second attempted assassin on President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a threat to democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie. And yes, you will take political violence like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I am so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today in 2024, President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2016, because people don't trust the media and they're not buying the Harris campaign's closing argument that he's some great threat to our democracy, because they lived under him for 4 years as president, and our democracy and our country was stronger than it is today.
Was I lying? Was I lying? Completely smoked her. This is how we need to be right here, ladies and gentlemen. All of us need to be just like that, firing right back at them, calling them out for this nonsense that they're doing, and that's why nobody trusts them. I don't care, folks, even if it's news stations and news outlets that sends me stuff to talk about, I don't trust nobody. You know why? Because a lot of these people just encourage you to go and do your own research. Some news segments don't. Listen to what we say. That's it. Just it. Listen to what we say. Go out and say what we just said. Go repeat what we just said. Don't research. Don't go look into it. Don't go and see if we're lying. That's what they do. And I'm so glad she did this. She completely cooked her. What are y'all thoughts on this? Whatever the thoughts may be that you have, please let me see them in the comments below after this video. Don't forget to do what you see in that cloud right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have a cellular phone, if you have a phone, you're telling me there's not one person in that phone that you can tell about this channel and encourage them to subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you did. And if they do subscribe, tell them to leave it in the comment section saying, hey, I was told to subscribe by a friend, yada, yada, peanut butter. Y'all get my point? All right, I appreciate that. The next video that I would do in chronological order in regards to commentary like this will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel will be down here. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.